So, does anybody else find it really odd that white supremacists are a bigger threat to the world than Islamic terrorism, that is responsible for way more deaths, way more carnage and problems throughout the world, but for some reason, our governments are only focused on white supremacy? For some reason, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, they're only focused on white people and white supremacy and, I don't know, talking about Jews, etc. You know, nobody's worried about Islamic terrorism. Nobody's worried about Hamas and all these other people who have Twitter accounts, YouTube accounts, sharing videos on YouTube. It's like that isn't much of a problem. You know, we're not going to have huge delegations with other countries deciding on how we're going to censor the internet when a Muslim extremist goes and kills a bunch of people at a movie theater or at a concert at Ariana Grande's, etc., right? There's nothing. We just have to move along, pretend like it never happened, and then when it's something like a white person shooting up a mosque or a synagogue, etc., then we got to change each and every law, each and every rule. And why? We are not as big of a threat as Muslims, as extremist Muslims, right? No, we're not even close. We don't even come close to the amount of the death count and etc. that Islamic terrorists have committed. So for all of this, for just some white people talking about, I don't know, Jewish people on Twitter and etc. or YouTube, really? You're going to go through all of this? But for me, it just lets you know that white men, white people, are definitely the enemy of the establishment. That we are the enemy of the left because it is white men specifically that created free societies, that created freedom of speech, that created capitalism, that created all the things that the left so desperately tries to destroy. You know, they're trying to destroy free speech. They're trying to destroy the market by just having, a bunch of influence in the market with the government, all this other crap. They're trying to destroy meritocracy, all of it, because it all derives from white men. So it makes perfect sense that the establishment, that everybody is so focused on white supremacy and white replacement theory and all this other stuff, instead of the Islamic terrorism that is a much, much bigger threat to people's general safety than a fucking white supremacist or some bullshit like that, or somebody like me who's just talking about things on YouTube. I'm not telling anybody to go commit violence or anything like that, but if you talk about this and that, you're going to get removed. But hey, you can do ASMR as a 5-year-old and have a bunch of weird adults watch you and get off on it. That's totally fine. All this pedophilia shit, that's okay, but you're a right-winger, you're white. No, you must be removed from this because you are a threat. We are the ones that will destroy their grip on power. And they know this. They know that compared to other groups, these other groups are not going to challenge the status quo. Or if they do, they're going to want more leftism, right? They're going to be like, you're not lefty enough. We need more socialism. And you're not Trudeau. You're a cuck. You don't care about the environment. You don't give enough money to these people. You don't throw enough money away, right? That this is the direction that they're going to go. But they know white men specifically, they're like, I don't want you to steal more of my money. I don't want to give more of my money. I think free speech and allowing people to speak openly about stuff, that's a good thing. So, it's no wonder they're trying to replace us by bringing in a bunch of foreigners from other countries, right? But I'll read the article a little bit because I thought there's a few interesting points in it, but I highlighted the article, so I'll read it. YouTube announces, or I highlighted a few parts of it. YouTube announced plans on Wednesday to remove thousands of videos and channels that advocate neo-Nazism, white supremacy, and other bigoted ideologies in an attempt to clean up extremism and hate speech on its popular service. So, you see neo-Nazi, white supremacy, and other bigoted ideology to clean up extremism. Oh, what about Islamic extremism? No, that's not a problem because Islam is peace. The new policy will ban videos alleging that a group is superior in order to justify discrimination, segregation, and exclusion. It's like, really, why is that such a fucking problem? People, and it's only going to be white people, right? You know that, right? It's not going to be a black person saying that, like, blacks are superior to whites, and Asians saying, oh, Asians are so much smarter than other people and whites, etc. All this other crap. That's all going to be fine. But if you're saying, oh, white people are superior to other people, then that's a problem. You need to be removed from Twitter. You need to be removed, or YouTube, etc. And they go on, the new policy will ban videos alleging a group is superior. The prohibition will also cover videos denying that violent events like the mass shooting at Sandy Hook Elementary School in Connecticut took place. So you're not allowed to question events, anything like that anymore. I saw a video by Rance Derrick, and he talked about the whole, I think it was the Christchurch shooting, and that video got removed. I think it was like a day after he uploaded it, because it showed a lot of inconsistencies. It showed like this guy shooting through a glass, and the glass is not breaking. These shells disappearing. A lot of weird stuff. But now you're not allowed to show that. We must only listen to the narrative that the media is feeding us, which is complete bullshit, because we know they lie continuously over and over again, because the media is the enemy of the people. You can't forget that. They are our enemy. Never forget that. The new policy will ban videos alleging blah, blah, blah. YouTube did not name any specific channel or videos that would be banned, but on Wednesday, numerous far-right creators began complaining that their videos had been deleted or had been stripped of ads, presumably a result of the new policy, right? So, the tensions was evident on Tuesday when YouTube said a prominent right-wing creator who used racial language and homophobic slurs to harass a journalist in videos on YouTube did not violate his policies. And they're talking about Steven Crowder, who was insulting Carlos Maza, who is the writer, or one of the writers or creators of Vox, that far left, cancerous news agency that all they do is they're like the dogs of the left. They just go and try to get people censored. I think they try to get PewDiePie removed a little while ago, but that didn't work out because he's got like 50-60 million subscribers. Good luck with that. But they have been effective in removing a lot of other people, and it's really amazing to me that these journalists have so much power and sway. They're like, this group is promoting hatred. 2 days later, they're removed from all social media, all platforms. You're like, holy crap, these people have a lot of sway, a lot of fucking sway. And then it goes, in the video, that creator, Steven Crowder, a conservative commenter with nearly 4 million YouTube subscribers, repeatedly insulted Carlos Maza, a journalist from Vox. Mr. Crowder used slurs about Mr. Maza's Cuban-American ethnicity and sexual orientation. So I'm sure he didn't. I'm sure it was all in good fun, and it wasn't anything mean or anything like that. But even if it was, really, he's going to have, you insulted a gay man who works from Vox, demonetized, removed. Fuck you, stupid bullshit, man. Mr. Crowder used slurs. Mr. Crowder said his comments were harmless, and YouTube determined that they did not break its rules. Opinions are deeply offensive, and they left it up. But on Wednesday, YouTube appeared to backtrack, saying that Mr. Crowder had, in fact, violated its rules, and that his ability to earn money from ads on his channel would be suspended as a result. So that's really weird, guys. Isn't it really weird how one day they're like, he didn't break any rules, and the next day, sorry guys, he actually did break some rules, and we're gonna remove his monetization so he can't make any money off of YouTube anymore. That's very, very odd. How does this massively powerful company like the Alphabet company make a decision one day, and then the next day they're like, oh, sorry, my bad, we were contacted by Vox and they told us what happened, and now we need to comply because Vox could destroy our business or some bullshit like that, right? Which they couldn't. Vox could write as many hit pieces about YouTube and Google as they want. It's not going to do anything. But so what the fuck is going on, right? Who has the power, the sway behind the scenes that's going to these companies, it seems like, and either maybe they're promising them a lot of money, a lot of government money. They're like, hey, we're going to give you all these grants and all this other crap. If you censor all these people for us, then we'll give you all these government contracts or something. Like, I don't know. Or maybe it's some threat from somebody else that's going to them behind the scenes. Like, hey, we're going to threaten to reveal all of this on you if you don't remove these people from your platform, or we're going to make your life miserable. I don't know. But it just seems very odd to me that these massively powerful companies are so easily swayed by journalists and, like these little mobs, right? And then it goes on, the kind of content that will be prohibited under YouTube's new hate speech policies includes videos that claim Jews secretly control the world. So you're not allowed to talk about the Jewish question anymore, even though, and how are they going to describe this, right? Like the world. I've never said they control the world. And most people don't say they control the world, but they say there's a lot of influence in this and that in the media, etc. And it is true that if you look at the media, there are a lot of Jewish people in the media, in high positions of power, in Congress, in and representing on the Forbes list. They make up like 1/3 of the billionaires on the Forbes list, and they're only 2% of the population in America. So that's hugely, wildly disproportionate. And well, don't talk about it. No talkie. And that say women are intellectually inferior to men and therefore should be denied certain rights, or that suggests that white race is superior to another race. And why is it only white? So can I say black people are superior to white people? Would that get me removed? Or Asians superior to white people? But am I only not allowed to say white people are superior to anyone? Is that the only one? Because I guess white supremacy is just way more violent and dangerous than other forms of nationalism, I guess. Who knows? Because, I don't know, white is bad. That suggests that a white race is superior to another, a YouTube spokesperson said. Channels that post some hateful content but do not violate YouTube's rules with the majority of their videos may receive strikes, but their comment wouldn't be banned immediately. In addition to tightening its hate speech rules, YouTube announced that it would break its recommendation algorithm. So that's fucked up. This could totally ruin their company, in my opinion. Destroying their algorithm. Like, they have a pretty good algorithm. For them to, mess with it for these companies, they may completely reject this or regret this, because this can completely fuck up their site, in my opinion. One of the only reasons you stay on YouTube is because of the recommendations, and that they're pretty good, right? Other social media companies has faced criticisms for allowing white supremacist content. Facebook recently banned Paul Joseph Watson, Laura Loomer, Infowars. It's funny, it's like Laura Loomer. She's not a white supremacist, you fucking idiot. She's a Jew. Like, she's Jewish, you idiots. But, like, it's the same thing with Ben Shapiro, right? I'm not a fan of Ben Shapiro. That guy could go fuck himself. But he's definitely not a white supremacist or anything like that. But, hey, I've been telling you right-wingers for a long time now that, hey, you're next. Hey, you're next. Even though you don't think you're a white supremacist, the left is going to consider you one. Other social media companies have faced criticism. Twitter Twitter bars violent extremist groups that allow some of their members to maintain personal accounts. YouTube's ban of white supremacists could prompt a similar cycle of outrage and grievance, said Joanne Donovan, the director of the technology and research, blah blah blah. And they're saying that, you know, some people maybe they'll make some videos that are just fake and saying that, oh, they're being censored or blah blah blah, and it's going to help them get more popular. Where to some extent that's kind of true. Some people will use this and be like, hey, I'm being censored, and then they will get, you know, they'll picked up on the algorithm and whatnot. But generally, no, it's going to be people who are actually censored from Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, and complaining about it. But, you know, let's hope my channel doesn't get removed fairly soon. But, you know, I don't have my hopes up. So this is why we need to go to alternative networks, go to BitChute, go to Minds, go to Gab, join each and every one of these things, because when I do get censored or my channel gets removed, possibly, then at least I can upload there to some extent to the few people, to my audience that wants to see my content still, right? And, you know, maybe I can make some alternative YouTube channel or something like that. I have no idea. But either way, guys, this is pretty messed up. But if you like my content, subscribe and have a good day. Take it easy. See ya.